Hey. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the live stream. We're off and running again. Glenn's just joined me, so I'm going to get him in the room. So, hi, Glenn.
Hi.
You good?
I'm all right. How are you?
Fair to middling.
That good. Excellent.
Yeah. I had a last minute change of topic. I didn't want to go down the dark route. I was kind of on after a busy weekend of shenanigans. So you reminded me that tonight we may have a smaller audience than normal because the BAFTAs are on.
They are.
So that kind of sparked me for our topic this week. Award shows still relevant and all of that nonsense. But yeah, so it's been hectic. I was late setting the stream up as well. So apologies to anyone that was waiting for the stream to be live to comment on it. It was my fault because I've been busy with life stuff.
Family stuff.
Yeah, so before I continue, have you got any funny stories for the week or not?
Funny stories?
Well, before I kick off, say hi to everyone in the chat. I was hoping
you'll love this. No, just say hi to everyone.
I'll say hi to everyone then.
Just say hi to everyone.
So, in the chat, I'm going to try and hit everyone. We've got Cranstonite. There we go. Hey, physical folks. Hey, Cranstonite. How are you doing? Well, we've got Woody with us as well. Says evening.
Evening, Woody.
Movie Wolf with us as well. Good evening, Movie Wolf.
Evening, Movie Wolf.
Here. We've got a Batcave with us as well. We have got Jeremy. I'm just trying to find a relevant.
He's all over the place.
Got Aswelco with us. Good evening. Hello, gamers.
Yeah, Aswelco.
I've been gaming this weekend actually. We've got Kian with us as well. If there's
Kian. Kian OG.
Anthony Lipiello. Hello there, fellow Glenn. Hello there, Anthony. I think I've said it already, but I'll say again. We've got Woody with us as well. We've got Mr. Smelly Potato says hi. Hey, Mr. Smelly Potato. We've got Ismek. Good evening, everyone. Evening, Ismek. We've got Darren G. Good evening, Darren G.
Evening, Darren G.
We've got Cinema-san. Hi, all. Good to join again. Wasn't able to join the last two times. Was visiting a film festival.
And became ill after that. Boo.
Still not better though, but nice to be here. So let's get it on. Indeed, let's get it on. We've also got Jeremy Carr. I was trying to find a comment for Jeremy, but that one we'll have to do for now because I can't go much longer without saying, hey, Jeremy. I was at the bottom. Big Jace. Glenn was number one. Just caught up a minute before you joined the chat. Jeremy, of course, is talking about the leaderboard. That's it. So, on the leaderboard, see where you are by the end of the chat and see who's at number one and all of that. We've got we've got Adam from New York being snowed in.
Yeah, about to be snowed in. Yeah.
I've thrown a random comment up for Adam. We've been chatting about Peacemaker, Farscape movies, and made-for-TV movies. That's been going off in the chat earlier. We've got Big Jace with us as well. Good evening, Big Jace. Hope you are well. And I think I'm caught up with the older ones.
Yeah, probably.
We've got Slipknot, actually. I did find a comment. There we go. Slipknot fan. Hope you're doing well, Slipknot. I've shouted out Morton, haven't I? Have I?
Yes, you have. Yes,
Morton. Thumbs up.
Yeah.
So let's see. Let's see if I can get up to date with the comments. Who else is just joining us? We've got Lynn in the other room.
Hey, Lynn in the other room.
We've got Reslux. Hello, Phil and Glenn, all in the chat. We've got Clock of Many, 7:30. Hey, everyone. Good evening, Clark. Clocky. We've got Real Sketchman. Hello, everyone. I'm here for some reason. Why are you here? Why? That's a dull. We can talk about that, but Johnny Carrot Heed is with us.
Johnny Carrot Heed, north of the
or High-all, or all hoes. Whatever.
Anyway. Yeah, you're all a bunch of hoes.
Ryan P. Hello, Phil and Glenn. Hello, Ryan.
Hey, Ryan
John the Movie Man. Good evening, John. We've got Adam Ragg joins us as well. Good evening, Adam.
Evening, Adam.
We've got Fango Rolls. Hey there, guys. Nice to join you engaging fellas.
Engaging fellas, nice.
And we've got Jim Bobs with us as well. Good evening, Jim Bobs. Hope you're well also. So, anyway, do you want to jump straight into topic or do you want to chat something else first?
Let's go topic. I mean, while it's fresh, I mean, the BAFTA wins are already kind of rolling in on social media. So,
so
the topic of the week.
Oh,
Oh, what was that?
I don't know. It just went funny. So yeah, you told me earlier that the BAFTAs were on, and I completely spaced on it. I completely didn't realise the BAFTAs were tonight. I did get a message on the Facebook page asking if we were going to be live streaming talking about the BAFTAs, but I was too late for that. I wasn't prepared for it. I wasn't ready. But I thought, you know what? We can actually talk around the award shows, because I completely spaced that it was the BAFTAs tonight. And once upon a time ago, I'd have been straight on top of any awards show. I'd be looking at the news the next day for all the red carpet stuff. I'd be trying to watch live where I could and things like that. And it got me thinking, for all the excitement that I used to have about these things, I just don't have it anymore. And I don't know if it's how these award shows have gone, or if I'm just more interested in making my own mind up. Have you got the same sort of feeling with these, or is it just me? Is it just me that's kind of tiring of the whole awards season stuff?
I quite like it, if I'm honest. I like the whole build up to it. I like, as to whether they're relevant, yes, they still are 100%. You've only got to look at. I have to say, like you've just said, I didn't realise it was the BAFTAs. I literally started watching Graham Norton yesterday. Benicio del Toro was on there, and they started saying about his BAFTA nomination and the fact that he was in the country for it being the BAFTAs today. That was the first thing I knew about it. But no, I like the award season kind of brouhaha and who's potentially going to win what and things.
Yeah, I get that. I get the excitement for that. But I don't know. There's something about it that just doesn't draw me in like they used to. I'm talking quite a number of years ago when I first started sort of watching the award shows and things like that. I'm going back to when, call me out for it, they might seem embarrassing now, but going back to when Matt Damon and Ben Affleck were winning for Good Will Hunting and things like that. That was kind of peak award season time for me, because these young guys that were probably slightly older than us or similar age, they were doing so well, and it got me excited that there was something new and fresh in these award shows, and it really piqued my interest in it. I really got into the award shows and buying into that kind of pomp and bull really. And I think that was peak for me, and then it's sort of petered out since, especially over the last few years. Someone mentioned when Ricky Gervais hosted an awards show, and he was ripping into, and I think since then it sort of started petering off for me a little bit, and I've started not worrying about the politics, but realizing that politics sort of got built into it more than I'd want them to.
I mean, Ricky presented the Golden Globes 4 times, and they were the best shows on the planet. They really were. They're better than the Oscars in the respect of the Oscars are quite still a little bit stuffy. Probably not as stuffy as the BAFTAs, but the Golden Globes is a little more chill. People are sat around at tables having a drink and things like that.
Yeah.
Ricky was the most refreshing thing to go into that straight away. You're saying about the politics, he was ripping apart the politics of it all, to be honest. So it was the kind of polar opposite, really.
I think,
he was the king of the Golden Globes.
I think that's the thing. It was the polar opposites, and I think that sort of planted the seed that they are more political than perhaps I once knew about, and since then it sort of tarnished it a little bit.
I like the fact that Ricky was kind of. Some people like that actors and things like that are on pedestals, and he was just kind of. You're just actors. You're just pretending to be somebody else. We all did that as kids. Let's not get above ourselves. Let's not come up here and give political statements and things like that. That's not what it's about. Don't, and they'll argue whether they're just using their platform, but just know your place and just win your award and get off.
The awards have started rolling for the BAFTAs already. They've already announced the Outstanding British Film Award. Did you see that? Do you want spoilers? Are we chatting spoilers?
Well, they've already done Best Supporting Actress, Best Supporting Actor.
I was going to go through this.
Various ones already.
So yeah,
all of which I'm happy with so far.
Is everyone happy if I mention the winners on there? Or are you going to break off and watch it at some point? I don't want to spoil it for those that sort of want to break off and
ask that question. Let's see what people say, and then we'll just talk about kind of other things and what have you.
Okay, so if you're happy for spoilers of who's won what as we go along, just mention it in the comments now for me, or I'll do it anyway. But I'll give you a few minutes. I'll go through comments first, and then we'll get on to it.
As to whether they're relevant, I mean, even like small scale where it can be, there can be films that you've not particularly heard of, or a film that you've thought, I don't know if I'm that interested. But then you see the kind of people talking about it, gushing about it, and it wins awards. You do then go, maybe I should give it a try.
This is what I was going to touch on. One of the great things about the awards season are the smaller films that you may not have heard of that are suddenly on your radar as being pretty well received movies. So there's a lot of discovery along the lines as well as they go along. And I mean, films like Parasite, I thought that was a fantastic movie. It's one that I would have probably watched anyway, but because it got nominated for Oscars and won, there's so much more attention to that movie that I don't think it would have had in the past. And it really sort of helps boost those smaller movies for the filmmakers that deserve to be recognized for some of their work. And I just hope it bolsters their careers as such, and they get considered for more. In that case, really, it was a foreign movie, but I hope they got considered more for making English language movies or a bigger movie of their choosing, and it boosts that. And I do like that aspect of it, that there are small creators that can get recognized and go on to further things.
Anthony's just asked, sorry, I was just going to answer Anthony, what have the BAFTAs got to do with British cinema? The BAFTAs are the British Academy Film and Television Awards. So the BAFTAs are the UK Oscars, basically.
Yes.
And to answer Anthony's question, the Golden Globes are voted for by the Hollywood Foreign Press, aren't they? Rather than Academy members, which is how the Oscars and the BAFTAs are voted for. Yeah.
There we go. So, Kian, what have the BAFTAs got to do with British cinema? I think they've, I often wonder that. They do have the specific awards for outstanding
best British film and things like that. They are quite British bias, I have to say, with a lot of their kind of nominees and things. But
I think they have had to cast a wider net to compete with sort of the Oscars and things like that as well. And with it being television incorporated, they're sort of competing with Golden Globes to some extent as well, like the Oscars, Golden Globes, with, as Glenn says, that sway towards British produced things. So you probably find a lot more nominees for British produced movies and TV than you would in anything else. Morton says, I can't say I've ever watched an awards show. What? That surprised me. A few times I stopped up for the Oscars.
Yeah, our favourite though was always the MTV Movie Awards, which had no significance or impact in any way, shape, or form, but were a lot of fun.
The MTV ones always were. Johnny Carradine says BAFTA's on council telly because I got no license. They are, it's on BBC. Well, but it's BBC Council anymore. Council telly is not really BBC anymore because you need the TV license for it.
Do you still need a license for iPlayer then? Do you?
Yes, you meant to, because it asks you, have you got a license? You just click yes and it works anyway.
All right. Which levels of security these days?
That's it. Jeremy says AVN Awards seem to be not popular than ever. Just saying. Oh, what's AVN?
Yeah, Jeremy. Don't come in here throwing your acronyms around. Come on.
Darren G, where are the great films now? Most of the films getting multiple nominations now don't deserve it.
I kind of disagree with some of them at the moment.
I think some do. Definitely. I mean, Marty Supreme, I think
100%. Sinners, One Battle After Another. These
even though not
deserve the plaudit they're getting.
Yeah, even though not everyone appreciated those movies in the same way that maybe you or I did. there's aspects of it that certainly deserve to be recognised. It's not always about how good the movie is when you're talking about the cinematography or anything like that. You can get great cinematography on a bad film. And I think those people deserve to be recognised as well. But anyway, Cranston Night. I hardly ever know the awards shows are on until after the event, so just find out who won what in the following days. Yeah, I normally do that now, to be honest with you. Adam says, I really don't watch anymore as they've been made them into a lot. Sorry, I lost track of that. I really don't watch them anymore as they have made them in a lot of cases about checking boxes in order to be even considered. There we go. Big J says the Brits are on next weekend. I won't have a clue who's picking up any awards or performances.
Oh no, I really won't at all.
Showing your ages. Jeremy says if I had to watch an award show, it would probably be about cheese and crackers. Fair. You need to come to the UK if you want these comments,
Jeremy. Yeah.
Darren G says I'd watch the Razzies. Do they televise
I was going to say, are they still going?
Yeah, they're definitely still going. Yeah, definitely.
I like it when people are nominated for a Razzie, like Halle Berry was for Catwoman and things like that, and they turn up to accept the award. I think that says a lot about a person, to be honest.
Yeah, Johnny says not watched telly for a decade plus. Any highlights are on YouTube anyway.
That's very true.
That's fair. Jeremy Carr says I love that set design. Both Phil and Glenn have chairs just over their shoulders in frame. He says this is my this is my chill out chair. The TV is just opposite me here, and I can sit in this chair and watch it, or I can sit in this seat here and watch it as well. But this was stolen from when we had kids. It was a nursing chair for when the kids were very, very little, and it just wasn't needed anymore. And it was like, I'm going to pinch that. It's comfy, and stuck it up here. So that's why I have that. It's not really in keeping with any style or anything, but it's comfy and it rocks.
So you found it comfortable when
no. It rocks.
Yeah, you found it comfortable when you were breastfeeding then?
Yes.
Yeah,
that's it. Darren G, why didn't truly great films like Back to the Future or Raiders win multiple Oscars? Shoot.
I think, unfortunately, films like that are kind of seen as films for the masses, and it's not always films for the masses that warrant award nominations, I'm afraid.
No. I would go with that.
Yeah. No, I agree. Things like that should.
Yes. Clark from Many says, I like the starlets revealing dresses. That's all. That'll be on morning television.
Oh my God. That's so. Oh my God. That's such a man comment to make. Oh.
Slot Professor. I never like the award stuff. I don't feel it always reflects the voices of the people.
No, I would agree with that.
Yeah. Woody, similar time for me, YouTube and physical media only here, although I may take up a free offer on a streaming platform in the winter. I'm not sure what that were referred to. I can't remember. There we go.
About not having TV license watching BBC,
that's it. Russux, mention the winners. Adam C, don't care about spoilers anyway. Cranston Night, go ahead. Makes no difference in my life whatsoever. Woody, personally, I couldn't care who's won or not. Movie Wolf, feel free. Don't follow the BAFTAs, but could do the spoiler way. Big Jace, if I wanted to know who's won what, I'd be out watching it and go for it. Spoil the hell out of it. Slot Professor, the awards feel less about the film and more about voicing an agenda. True.
Adam has pointed out what Jeremy was on about with the AVN, and it's the adult video.
Right.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah. Anyway, so one of the first BAFTAs that was nominated, that was announced, the Outstanding British Film. So this, I don't know how they call it British film, really.
It tends to be the production company, doesn't it, rather than anything else.
Anyway, Hamnet won Outstanding British Film.
Okay.
So there.
Well, I think that means it definitely won't win Best Film, full stop, which I believe should go to One Battle After Another or Marty Supreme. I don't think Sinners will win it.
No. I'm just trying to make sense of the BBC website, which is jumping about as it's as it's called. Anyone, best director, BAFTA. So on this one, we had for the best director films that you may or may not have seen. We had Yorgos for Begonia, we had Closeout for Hamnet, Safdie for Mighty Supreme, Paul Thomas Anderson for One Battle After Another, Ryan Coogler for Sinners, and is it Joachim Trier for Sentimental Value? Not sure, not seen it, not sure who he is, but
it's Lars von Trier's son, isn't it? It's not Joaquin, but it's along that line, isn't it? Kind of thing.
Yes. Kate Hudson was presenting this one, but who would you want to go? You've seen most of these, I think, on that. What would have been your choice?
I wasn't listening to you, so couldn't tell you.
Very good. You want me to go through them again? Best director: Begonia, Hamnet, Mighty Supreme, One Battle After Another, or Sinners?
Paul Thomas Anderson, One Battle After Another.
That's who you want to win.
No, that's what I'm assuming has won.
Oh yes, he has indeed won.
Yes, that's good. Then. That's good.
I think one of our favourites from last year, if I remember rightly.
Yeah, for sure.
You would go for, and
yeah, I think so. I will put my phone down. I will stop scrolling through X to find out the answers.
I'm not testing you. I'm looking for your preferences, but yeah, one of the strongest of the years. But I really enjoyed Sinners by Ryan Coogler, which a lot of people didn't appreciate the way I did. Mighty Supreme, I thought was great as well.
Yeah,
but yeah, it's that sort of film, like One Battle After Another. I appreciate the Oscars, BAFTAs, whatever else for, that just gives it that bit more attention, because that feels like, to me, a proper movie. It's not a movie that's designed for Netflix algorithm for those that are scrolling on the phone and need the plot reiterating time and time again. It feels like a proper movie. And I hope that it gets views, and I hope that people enjoy it, because that's the sort of movie that I enjoy. And this is what I like about the award shows, is that they give some of these movies a little bit more attention. That's just come out on Blu-ray, DVD, and 4K. So I hope it gives it a bit of a boost, and I hope we'll see more like it.
Yeah, I mean, Warner's re-released that and Sinners back at the cinemas and things, knowing, to drum up more interest in the build-up to the Oscars and things. And people have been paying. People have been going back to see it again. So it works. It does work. I think do you think with somebody like Paul Thomas Anderson, I don't believe he's won a BAFTA before. So do you kind of feel like, to a degree, yes, they go, it was a great film, it was directed really well, but do you also think they kind of almost look at his back catalogue a little bit as well and go, you know what?
Yeah.
This guy has had some solid movies.
Yeah.
And this is yet another solid movie, and that enforces him winning it.
Yeah, and I love this director, but it felt like the same kind of thing happened with Peter Jackson, because he hardly got anything for the Lord of the Rings movies until Return of the King came out, and I think that's when the Oscars started. It feels like, you know what, he's done that movie that was great. He's done that movie that was great. This is great too. I think he deserves an Oscar because that's 3 great movies in a row. It feels like that. It doesn't. Yeah, sometimes I think that's part of the consideration, personally. But Tom says, I used to pay attention to award-winning movies, but not anymore. It doesn't feel relevant in this day and age. And Johnny Carrot Hayde, award ceremonies, rich people sniffing each other's farts. Absolutely. In relation to...
Somebody said earlier, I think it was Big Jace that said about Ricky Gervais presenting Golden Globes, and he said the Americans didn't get his sense of humour. It wasn't that. It was... they weren't used to somebody pointing out their flaws. They're used to people going, yes, sir, no, sir, 3 bags full, sir, I'll hold the door for you, blah, blah, blah. And for somebody to stand there and go, you're not that special. You all have a poo. You're all human beings and all that kind of stuff. I think it took them off guard a little bit. Certainly the first year. Second year, they were kind of ready for it.
Absolutely. Woody says the best bits of an award show are on Gogglebox anyway. You know what? I quite enjoyed watching Gogglebox. That was an interesting look to see what other people think of the movies, the awards, and things like that, because I've actually stopped and watched Gogglebox a couple of times when they've been watching a film that I enjoy. And it's like having a commentary for someone that's just completely not into movies going off and overreacting at certain points, and it's quite entertaining to watch. I quite like it. So, yes. Sorry, I completely lost track. Tom Gore says there should be an awards for action movies and entertainment movies that started to get acknowledged with nominations, but they would never win. For example, Top Gun Maverick and F1 got nominations. I think that's why a lot of them widened the net for the movies, for the amount of best movie nominations they can be. Because I think it used to be 5, and then they extended it to 10 for a lot of them.
I know it Golden Globes, isn't it? Where you've got drama, you've got comedy, you've got, it breaks down into different categories a little bit more.
Yeah.
Honestly, if Top Gun Maverick or F1 had won anything, I think at that point I would have stopped watching any award shows.
Fair. So BAFTAs at the minute. Next up award is for leading actor, and the nominations were for Robert Aramayo for I Swear, Timothy Chalamet in Marty Supreme, Leo in One Battle After Another, Ethan Hawke for Blue Moon, Michael B. Jordan for Sinners, and Jesse Plemons for Begonia.
I mean, I've always said with this one, and I think the same will be with the Oscars, that it's between Leo and Timothy Chalamet. And I probably think Timothy Chalamet.
No, it wasn't. Robert Aramayo beats Hollywood royalty to win the BAFTA for leading actor for his performance in I Swear.
You see, that is very, very... Don't get me wrong, his performance is supposedly very good. And I actually said to Lynn earlier, it's a film that has passed me by and I do want to watch it. That's very British bias, I'm afraid. Because he won't get a look in elsewhere, I'm afraid.
Adam says, hot take, enjoyed From Dusk Till Dawn more than Sinners. I enjoyed both for different reasons.
Yeah. I mean, I've always described Sinners as Deep South From Dusk Till Dawn.
Yeah.
Yeah. One doesn't exist without the other, I don't think. But
now, Woody says, One Battle After Another is good then. Watched a couple of reviews and said it wasn't any good.
Oh, it's great. It's amazing. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
It doesn't rush. It takes its time. It's quite within its right to take its time because it knows its quality.
Yeah, I thought it was engaging throughout as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Really did. I was in for its runtime as well. It didn't feel boring.
No.
It was a lot longer than a movie that I watched last week, which was felt longer than this one for me. And I took watch more times watching the movie last week than I did for One Battle After Another, which was probably a good 45 minutes to an hour longer. Good storytelling, solid movie. Tom says, I didn't really like Sinners, but I'd like to think I'd watch it again, as there was something to it, and perhaps I wasn't in the right frame of mind when I saw it.
No, I think that can sometimes happen. Or you might not be your bag.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. It just might not be your thing, and that's fine. We've all got our different tastes and things. But anyway, I'm going to carry on through the comments in a second, but I just want to ask Glenn, does the winners of Oscars, Golden Globes, BAFTAs, etc., does it influence your choice of what to watch, and does it influence your choice of whether to buy something as well, if you've seen it, or has it done in the past?
I think it probably has done in the past. Less likely to now, like we've said. Certainly with having the Limitless card for the cinema.
Yeah,
I've kind of seen everything that I've wanted to see. So no, now I'm hitting award season. The thing is, the ones that are kind of, Marty Supreme, One Battle After Another, these kinds of things I've seen a couple of times, in fact. But so no, wouldn't in the past for sure. Yeah.
I think it has me as well, and I think it still does influence me to some extent because it puts the name of movies out there, and because they've got that reputation, I'm more inclined to probably swing that way. If they've won or they've got that reputation, I'm more likely to sort of reach for it over something else. And it has certainly done in the past. I've picked up movies blindly just because they've won an Oscar for something like that. And it's not always been the right thing to do because, as we mentioned earlier, not all these films are going to be for everyone. And I know there's a couple on. I don't want to spoil what we watched, but I know one of the nominees for Oscars for BAFTAs or whatever was Begonia, and you actually warned me on that one that it's not going to be a film that's for everyone. It's got a very specific feeling about it, a very specific craziness to it that's just not going to gel with a lot of people.
Do you want to call out Clarky?
I can, yes.
Do it.
Don't lose that chain of thought.
I won't lose that chain of
Clark
thought.
of Many, thank you very much for Super Chat. Clark says, I award you a tenner each for giving up your Sundays to entertain us all. Well,
thanks, Clark.
You are entertained. And again, thank you for the Super Chat. It really helps things. So much appreciated.
Are you not entertained? Oh, you are. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it.
It was a lighter. This is a lighter live stream than it was going to be. I might touch on that later, but
okay, then.
I hope it's entertaining enough for all of you.
Yeah, but thank
you. Anyway,
you.
Glenn, answer my sodding question.
Oh, I can't remember. I lost your train of thought.
Begonia.
Yes. What I said to you was, I can't predict anymore what you're going to like and dislike. Your taste is all over the place these days. But I did say to you, and I meant it sincerely, if you've not watched any Yorgos Lanthimos movies before, which you haven't,
we'll discuss it later.
Yeah, you should try other ones, I think, first.
Because even though it's been nominated for awards, and even though it's probably won some awards as well, it's not going to be to everyone's taste. It's
probably it's much more accessible to the masses than something like Poor Things, which is quite out there kind of thing.
Yeah.
But still, yeah, I'd question whether you'd like it. I think for something like that, wait for its streaming and then just watch it if you decide to then, rather than pay money for it. That's kind of where I think with that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just trying to. I've lost track of the.
You've lost track of the.
Yeah, Anthony says what I meant to say is BAFTA and the Golden Globes is the same or different when it comes to being too political. I think they're all political now.
Yeah, BAFTAs aren't really political in the respect of we're probably too polite to kind of stand up on stage and, start with a political message. British people, if they have a political message to make when they're at an award show, it's almost like their last comment just before they're leaving the stage, because they don't want to I don't really want to bother with anyone with my thoughts on this. So, yeah. Free whatever and just go. And that'll be it. So Golden Globes are a little more political, I would say, but I think after Ricky, they're a little more conscious of not doing it. Yes. Because he really pointed it out and said, get up here, thank you God, thank your agents and what have you, thank your parents, and F off the stage. We don't want to hear anything more from you.
Cinema San says, I swear was the #1 public favourite at the festival here in Rotterdam.
And I think it's done all right over here and stuff, but on a worldwide stage, when it's not something that I don't think it's got Golden Globe nominations, it's certainly not got Oscar nominations or anything like that. I think it's quite a British film, and it's got a message to it, and I think that is probably more why the BAFTAs will have pushed for it.
Yeah. We've got leading actress nominees that are just in at the minute. We've got Jessie Buckley for Hamnet, Rose Byrne.
I mean, she's a shoo-in, Jessie Buckley. 100%.
Rose Byrne, If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You. Kate Hudson in Song Sung Blue. Chase Infinity in One Battle After Another. Is it Renate Rensay for Sentimental Value and Emma Stone for Begonia?
Yeah, Jessie Buckley, shoo-in.
Who would you want to win, though? Have you seen?
I do like Jessie Buckley, though. I've not seen Hamnet because I don't think the subject matter will be my bag, but I think she's fantastic in pretty much everything she's in. She was amazing in Fargo. She was great in Men and things like that. I think she's a shoo-in for the win.
Jessie Buckley has won.
There we go.
Apparently, it's the final award of the evening now for Best Film. And the films that are up in the BAFTAs are Hamnet, Marty Supreme, One Battle After Another, Sentimental Value, or Sinners.
I'd like Marty Supreme to win it, if I'm honest.
I'd like
I'm between that and One Battle.
Yeah, I think I'd swing for One Battle After Another. One Battle After Another for the both of them. It feels a bit more, a bit more standard. I don't know.
I was chatting to Digital Suicide on Twitter, and they just watched it. We were both saying Marty's a weird film to kind of describe to people, because you kind of go, well, he's a table tennis player that will kind of step on anyone to succeed. And, you can describe the film in one line in that way. But if you were properly describing the film, I don't think you can. It's so layered. There's so many other things going on with it. Yeah. It's an interesting one for somebody to sit down and start writing and end up with that, as opposed to One Battle After Another.
Yeah.
And we're talking about it being political. There's an element of political about One Battle After Another, which is why I think it'll do very well in the States.
Yeah. Ace Mac says, go back and watch Magnolia, see how far he's lost his way.
I don't think he has lost his way at all. I think Magnolia's amazing, Ace Mac. I do, but I don't think he's lost his way at all.
I found There Will Be Blood as a strong movie. And I mean, I've always been a big fan of Boogie Nights.
Yeah, Punch Drunk Love, I thought was just a fascinating film.
You only recently saw that, right?
Yeah. It was probably only 2-3 months ago at the most.
I need to watch it again. It's been a long time since I've watched that. I need to watch it again.
I will go back to There Will Be Blood as well, because that was just...
Yes. I thought that as I've been clearing through, I've got The Master, which I've not watched yet, but There Will Be Blood.
I did struggle with that.
And
I did struggle with The Master.
I did think, you know what, I need to watch There Will Be Blood again. I really do.
I don't know why my comments aren't scrolling.
Jeremy's with a personal rant, Glenn. That's right, Jeremy. I can't stand this one thing about my stepfather. Will only watch American films that win Oscars. Absolutely refuses to watch anything else. Won't even hear it.
He's a proud American. What are you going to do?
He doesn't watch many movies. I would assume. I'd hope so anyway. I'd hope so. There's some blinders is probably missing out on that never stand a chance to be nominated for an Oscar, but are great in their own right. Andy Brown says, I couldn't stand One Battle After Another. It was filled with a bunch of weird, unlikable characters that you don't really want to succeed. The last driving scene was filled of controversy.
Andy Brown? I'm going to completely disagree with you. That last driving scene was like Jaws. It was amazing. Cinematography was amazing.
Yeah. Brian Lovell. Never took an award show as important as we all have our opinions on what we individually see as worthwhile. I agree on that. It's we've all got our personal tastes. I did enjoy the award shows when I had someone to root for. And I go back to the Matt Damon, Ben Affleck thing on that. I was properly rooting for them. And I found that that's when I buy into the award shows, is when I have someone to root for, someone that I do appreciate for what they do and are cool people. I hope. I'm just waiting for the winner for the best film. It's not updated yet, but I will let you know in a moment, because I know everyone's going to listen to and want that movie.
Things are a little more different now with the internet and the fact that we carry handheld devices where we can access all this information all the time. But years ago, it was interesting to have you know, at the time it was best foreign film. Now it's best foreign language film. But
Yeah.
you know, that introduced you to so many different movies. Just that category alone.
Yeah.
They were important. I think they're still important, but possibly more from a business aspect these days.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I agree. I'm glad it encourages people to check out films from other countries, because I mean, when we were younger, we'd got some great movies that were landing at the cinemas that we managed to catch, but they were few and far between. And I wished we had more options for viewing foreign movies in our local cinemas than we ever have. And I remember one year in particular where there was 2 foreign movies that we managed to catch in a year at our multiplex, which didn't tend to show them. And there were 2 French films. There was Brotherhood of the Wolf and Amelie, both in the same year. And I'll tell you what, they were a couple of my favourite films that year. I'd probably put them at the top of my favourite films for that year, that they both were. And yeah, it's the Asian ones that had more trouble, I think, getting into the multiplexes that we visited, if I remember rightly. I could be wrong.
Sure. No, I agree. Yeah. I agree.
I want to say hey to Bristolian Dave, who's joined us as well. Good evening, Dave.
Dave. I believe Ollie's joined us as well. I noticed Ollie was floating around.
There we go. Hey up. Hey up to you. Aye, aye. Tom Gurr says, I watched There Will Be Blood for the first time last year. It was okay. Not a rewatch for me, though. And felt the same about One Battle After Another, but the driving scene was a real highlight. Reminded me of Hitchcock.
Ryan Coogler won BAFTA for Best Original Screenplay for Sinners.
I was just about to scroll back through. I was
yeah.
Here we go. Best film of 26. Glenn Close reveals the best film of 26 is already. What was going with Glenn?
I'd say I think it's One Battle After Another or Marty Supreme. I'd like it to be Marty Supreme, I think.
It was One Battle After Another.
Hey.
I clicked the wrong thing. I wanted. Yes, there we go. Yeah, so that one and that. And did you mention that Ryan Coogler won?
Yeah, Best Original Screenplay for Sinners.
Very good. I'm glad. I'm glad he's walked away with something, because I appreciate what he's.
Woomi, I can never say her surname. Masaku, is it? She got Best Supporting Actress for Sinners as well earlier.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Cinematography went to One Battle After Another as well, which I assume is a lot to do with that car scene, the chase.
Yeah.
Yeah. Editing went to One Battle After Another as well. So it looks like they.
I think Frankenstein picked up some early stuff. I think that was maybe makeup and maybe costume.
Quite possibly. I didn't scroll back far enough for them, because I thought I'll catch it sometime anyway. But yeah, it's good. I'm glad Coogler's got something, because I really look forward to seeing what he does next. He's one of the directors that I'm trying to keep an eye on.
100%.
It feels like he's got something to say when he makes his movies, if that makes sense. Jeremy Carr says, remember the Nickelodeon Awards with the green slime?
Yeah, well, we saw pictures of that, but I don't think it ever got really televised over here, did it?
No, we struggled getting the MTV Awards for a while, if you remember. I don't think we got those straight away. There was a few years that we missed out on them. But they had some great presenters and did some great comedy on there. Anyway, Movie Wolf says, you know what I watched the other night and thoroughly enjoyed? City Slickers. Such a good film. Doesn't really feel all that dated aside from the VCR recording chat, but that's just fun. I was never really bothered about that. I don't know if I should try a rewatch or not, but I just don't feel impulsed to go with it. Slot Professor. The issue for me with foreign films is the different languages. Some languages are faster and it becomes more of a chore to keep up with the subtitles, and you never appreciate the film. So that matters to me. I'd rather be struggling to keep up with the subtitles than have a dub.
Oh, never watch anything dubbed.
Yeah, it's not just the synchronized. Obviously, it's not going to be synchronized with the dub to that, but they don't even seem to get the right emotion behind it. You can see the emotion in the actor, and it's not matching up to the person delivering the audio. And
I remember being at work and it was when first season of Squid Game had come out. And they're going, "Oh, did you watch Squid Game? It's great." And I go, "Yeah, I really loved it." And I said, "I'm assuming you're watching it subtitles." "Oh, no, I'm not watching subtitles. I watch it dubbed." And you're like, "No, it just..."
My parents are the same. My parents would be the same.
You're taking away 50% of the product.
Yeah.
You really are.
My parents would be the same. If it's subtitled, they wouldn't think that. Sit there happily reading the newspaper every day or reading the book, but subtitles on a movie? No.
Heaven forbid. Yeah.
Adam just mentioned Coogler is also working on an X-Files project.
He is, yes.
Yeah, I look forward to seeing what he's doing with it. Hopefully it's good. But I'm hoping if he does an X-Files project that they have a good story arc set in place over however many seasons, just as long as we've got a proper arc and they know where it's going. Because I think the original X-Files suffered with that, and the mythology just got all out of whack, and then they struggled to streamline it into one cohesive story because it was all over the place.
It was, but then I enjoyed both of the films.
Yeah.
I felt like they pulled it back, really.
Yeah.
With those two films. They were really good.
It was just wayward. It was all over the place.
Yeah.
I think. Let's go for some dubbing comments. Dub. Jeremy Carr, dubs are hilarious. They are, but annoying.
It can be. Annoying, yeah.
Adam says dubbing is annoying.
Yeah.
Here we go. Darren G agreed. Don't like dub stuff. Got to be subtitles. Martin's movie cover, dubbed martial arts movies are fun.
Yeah, I agree with that. But even like watching the old Bruce Lee films and what have you, it's fairly entertaining for that. But
okay. Crescent Knight, I'd rather watch it with no subtitles and no sound than dubbed.
I'd rather not watch it at all than watch something dubbed.
Morton, we watch Squid Games with audio dubs. Oof, Morton, I'm sorry.
Morton.
Pow has the best dubs, as Johnny Carrotid. It's been a long time since I've seen that.
Yeah.
I forgot his name now. He was there. Nobody. Bob Odenkirk. Yes. Paul Coe says, "Evening chaps, first time watching a live. Welcome. A bit late as was getting the kids to bed. I have to get mine to bed just before I start the live as well, so it normally throws me off. It's not a fun game trying to time it in time. But kids are kids.
I don't have this issue.
Yeah. Ollie says X-Files was more about Mulder and Scully, and they were what made the show great. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I would agree they were a huge factor.
Yeah. Tom Gerb, I always watch the original audio with subs. I'll get through it. The old dubbed Hong Kong movies have a nostalgic feel to them. That's fair. Ollie says it's going to be hard to match their chemistry. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Jeremy says, why do so many people hate reading? What's this world coming to? I'm paying to watch a movie, not read it.
Yeah, not read. A lot of people do argue that they're kind of, well, if I'm busy reading that, I'm not watching what's happening on the screen.
Yeah.
But it's like, how difficult is it to read words and still see what's happening? It's not. It's just people being lazy.
Paul Coe says, picks up at Brawling Cell Block 99 based on Glenn's recommendation. Both from Vincent with 3 billboards, Braveheart and Whiplash, all Blu-rays. Well, if the movie's not to your taste, let me know and I'll pass you Glenn's email address and you can request reimbursement from him.
You can
not really. Well, that was a joke. That wasn't a thing. Whiplash, really enjoyed that. That is a movie I would love to go back to. I thought that was very, very good.
I think Braveheart and 3 billboards are strong movies as well. So you did well. You did well, Paul.
Aidan, one of the best revenge movies of all time with an incredible twist was The Skin I Live In, but no one talks about it. Subtitled. Have you seen it? I don't think I have.
No. Is that the Banderas one?
I couldn't tell you.
I feel like it may have got a remake, and that's where I'm wondering whether that comes from.
Adam, X-Files was the first show that made me buy a 32-inch Sony TV and VHS player so I could record all episodes.
Wow.
Nice work. I think X-Files was one of the first TV box sets that I actually bought on VHS. Massive
Can
thing.
you remember as well? You could send off your proof of purchases as well to get certain extra X-Files episodes. Oh, what was that one called?
It was Pippa Maru.
Piper Maru. Yeah.
It was because they released, it was the mythology ones that they released individually. And I think at one point you could send off for the plastic box to keep the editions in that had a little hole in the top of this plastic box where you could see the thumbnail of the cover. And then it got to a point where, you sent proof of purchase for a load more. And that was the VHS that you sent off for.
Nice.
And I think there was 2 or 3 of these plastic boxes to have the mythology extended TV, the double episode for the mythology throughout these, and probably season 7, season 8, something like that, I think it was.
Why can't we bring things like that back rather than biscuit tins?
Yes.
So much more fun. So much more fun.
Series in the same way. Mind you, now some of them still do that when you think about the CW and things with their like Arrowverse, just to have the mythology episodes rather than the filler that one's in between. Because out of a 24 episode run, you've probably got 8 that form the story arc, and everything else in between is kind of filler. Yeah. And if you had one extended thing with just that story arc for the season, then
that would make that CW show so much more watchable.
No, it wouldn't.
No, it wouldn't. Really wouldn't.
I used to enjoy some of the CW ones at a point.
I'm trying to think what we watched. I mean, we watched like the first season of Arrow, and then that just went completely off. And none of them have longevity. CW shows at all.
No, they didn't. I watched most of Arrow. Watched The Flash up to a point. Supergirl, I just couldn't get on with. I just didn't like. The other one of
Legends of Tomorrow.
Legends of Tomorrow. I never watched that. That one just didn't do much for me from the outset. But they were okay. They were just throwaway nonsense TV, really. Was
Titans part of CW, or was that a separate entity?
I don't think it was that CW. I think it was a different entity, but obviously it might have been the same channel. It wasn't part of that lot.
None of these things that we are talking about would ever have won Oscars or BAFTAs, though. So
no, that's true.
Let's swing it back around.
So anyway, was you going to go and see Hamnet?
I will give Hamnet a look, but no, I didn't go to the cinema to see it.
No.
Knowing the subject matter and what have you, you kind of I find it difficult to kind of go into a film knowing it's going to be depressing.
Yeah.
Because do I want to come out of the cinema depressed? No, I probably don't.
Now, something that when I was collecting like mad and just buying anything and everything, something that I did look at doing quite seriously was looking through the past so many years of which pictures got nominated for Best Picture at the Oscars, and looked at collecting those movies over a certain amount of years, whether I pick all of them or just the one. I thought about picking them all up and having a collection of Best Picture nominees. Is there ever any temptation for you to collect, not in that sort of way, and not necessarily now, but in the past, but to go through and try and pick up all the Oscar-winning films or BAFTA-winning films or anything like that? Has that ever crossed your mind, or is that just a me thing?
I think once upon a time, probably, because it's a little bit like how people collect Criterion movies. They kind of go, well, they're the creme de la creme because Criterion are releasing them, so therefore they are going to be brilliant.
Yeah.
And it's a similar kind of mindset, I suppose. And the mistake with doing that is you're not going to love all of them. You're just not at all. I find that really strange when people collect all of the Criterion, because it's almost like a badge of honor. Well, I'm a film fan. I've got all the Criterion films. I bet you don't like all of those films, though. So why are they on your shelf? They shouldn't be.
Yeah, and it is.
And I think that's the same with anything that's kind of Oscar nominated and things. It's not going to always be your thing.
Yeah, I think it would very much have been like that for me. I think I might have enjoyed a bunch of them, but I know that 50% it wouldn't be to my taste. 50% I wouldn't want to watch again. I'd have been okay with seeing them, but yeah, the way I look at collecting now, I know that's ridiculous to try and do, because I know I'm not going to like them all. So it just seems kind of pointless. Can't say I'm not tempted to try and watch some of them.
Oh yeah,
I haven't watched before, because I've not watched things like The English Patient or anything like that. And I know that got a lot of plaudits and things, but should I watch it? Is it going to be boring for me, or is it my sort of movie? I don't know. I've not read up much on it, but
you know, if you got all the time in the world, great, go through these things. But
yeah. Oh yeah, I'm not going to restrict.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Your kind of limited viewing windows.
Yeah,
I think you've still got to be very, very selective.
Yeah. Yeah. So anyway.
So
yeah. I was just going to say something else, and I just wanted to cut away because Tom Gurr mentioned I thought Fringe was a great TV show that was kind of X-Files-ish. It was strung through all its seasons too and ended well. I agree with Tom. I really enjoyed Fringe. We watched that throughout and thoroughly enjoyed it. I think it struggled getting to its feet with its mythology for a little while, but when it did, it really became very, very good.
Did that have Joshua Jackson in it?
It did, yeah.
Yeah.
Pacey,
yeah.
Yes. Adam says...
It was Joshua Jackson. Pacey isn't real.
I know.
He isn't real, Phil. I keep having to tell you this.
Adam says, I really enjoyed Fringe also. There we go. Mine's Movie Club says, I've never seen The English Patient. Me neither.
Me neither.
Movie War, Fringe was fantastic. The ending was a tad rubbish.
Oh.
There we go. Yeah, there's quite a few Oscar-winning movies that I've just not checked out. And I really should look at them at some point, but as Glenn mentioned, there's too much to watch in the meantime. But anyway, with that said, have you done any this week, Glenn? Have you picked anything up?
I have actually picked up one thing, and I've realised I've not actually bought it off the shelf.
Oh, you muppet. Oh. Absolute muppet.
I said to Lynn earlier, because I had my shower and what have you, and I said, you know what? I'm not going to put my pyjama bottoms on, because what if I have to stand up during the live stream? I'm going to wear my jogging bottoms. So I wore my jogging bottoms. Thought ahead. Genius. See? Genius. Right then, where have I put it?
Oh my goodness.
I don't know where I've put it, actually.
Are you getting confused? You can talk about it without showing it. That's fine.
No, it's here. I've got it. So, in the past, I've often talked about, we've often talked about director's collections and things like that.
Yeah.
And I was watching something in the week, but that's obviously spoiler for what I watched this week. And I thought, you know what? I've never watched Good Time.
Right.
So obviously when they were still together, the brothers, Josh and Benny Safdie. So I'm going to give that a bash. So this was it was on offer on Amazon, in fact, when I went on, and I've still got Amazon vouchers from Christmas and my birthday, so they got spent on that. So I'm going to give that a look, because I really like everything else they've done. So although I'm kind of more Josh than I am Benny now they've split up, but so anyway,
have they split up now? Have they proper split up, or did they just do their own thing for a little bit?
Well, no, they supposedly had a bit of a fallout, didn't they? There was a fallout over how somebody was treated on one of the films, and so there's apparently more to it, but that could be rubbish. But yeah.
Was it just the one thing?
Just the one thing, just the one purchase this week. Yes.
Is that going to be what you watched for next week?
I will get it watched this week. Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't pick up anything physical media related, really.
Mm.
But I did pick up that.
Okay.
I got it's kind of an experiment thing, really, and something that I want to introduce to the kids. Well, when they get their phone, it's a brick. Basically, I use that, or I will when I've set it up, because it only arrived yesterday, not yesterday, Friday. I think it arrived, and it's basically a device for your phone. So I'm sick of getting distracted by my phone when I'm meant to be doing other things. And literally, you'd take your phone and scan it to the brick, and it just bricks your phone. It stops it from working for whatever you select. So you can block certain apps from working for a select amount of time. So if I said I want to watch a movie, I could literally take my phone, click the brick, and set it for 2 hours. And my phone wouldn't work for certain apps for 2 hours. So it stops all notifications. It stops everything else. So literally, you can't use a phone. You can be contacted in emergencies or anything like that, but it stops your phone from working. And it sparks me off because I'd have tried disabling certain apps for certain times, but you do that and you select it. It says, oh, you're sure you want to disable? You're like, oh, yeah, I'll disable. And it just helps prevent that doom scroll. And my problem is when I get a notification, muscle memory kicks in, and I'll hit the notification, and then before I know it, I'm back on Facebook, or before I know it, I'm back looking on Hot UK Deals or HMV or whatever. And I just wanted to sort of pause that distraction from things. And I haven't got the self-control.
Yeah, I was just going to say, it's surely just a willpower thing, isn't it?
It is a willpower thing, yeah. But it's between the muscle memory and things like that. It's like if my phone goes off when I'm in the cinema, I get a notification, I can feel it rumble on my watch, and I'll sit and think, oh, I hope that's nothing kids related. And I'm checking my phone and things like that, and it's suddenly like it's a notification from Costa Coffee saying your treat drop is ready, and I've just checked my phone for that. If I'm sat at work and I've done that, I'll tend to go back onto the doom scrolling, just randomly, because I've opened my phone. You go onto doom scroll things. It is a self-control, but that distraction, I want to just kind of block for a bit. And I'm hoping it's going to help with certain things so I don't get drawn into it.
So just putting like I'm sat here now, my phone's on Do Not Disturb.
Yeah.
So I don't get notifications through or anything like that because I'm doing this. Is that not enough?
No. It's literally when I pick my phone up, my muscle memory is I'm going to just check that out, and then I'm off again. I find it very distracting. It's a real compulsive thing that I see a notification, I've got to get it cleared. I can't have my mailbox showing so many emails unread. They've got to be deleted and gone. That notification's got to be gone. I've got weird sort of addiction to it, and I want to have something else to remove that. I don't want to rely on my self-control because I know it's not always there. Sometimes I'll go to it and think, oh, I'll just check this, I'll just check that, and yeah, before you know it, it's on.
Sounds like you need a parent rather than a brick.
Well,
no, Philip, you're not having your phone for the next 2 hours.
We all do it. We all do it. There's all those that muscle memory thing of going back on and having a quick check on this while you're there, or having a quick check on that while you're there. And I just don't want that distraction. I'd rather brick it for a couple of hours or whatever and just not have it. I do quite often put my phone down. If I'm watching a film, the phone will be on the side, and I don't go to it very often anyway. But it's for things like when I go out to the cinema. If my watch buzzes, there's a message. I know there's a message. There's something, a notification. And I'll worry that if the wife needs help with something, if the kids need something, and it's that sort of thing. If I can block every other app from notifying me, apart from the messenger or phone calls, then I know that if it is ringing or anything like that, I know I need to answer it. I know it's important. But yeah, I've got very little self-control, and I'm hoping that makes me more intentional. And yeah.
And you wanted to spend on some tech. So yes. You did.
Yeah. No,
that's the bottom line.
It's to help me out. It's things like, if I want to do this editing course to learn how to edit better YouTube videos, I don't want that distraction. It's too easy just to pick it up. So if I can just shut it off for a few hours, then it's easier. if I have the ability to unlock it and turn everything back off, then it's going to still be an option. It's still an option to go there. It's not just about the notification. It's about the option.
You can still override the brick, though, can't you? No. You can't override the brick. What if you needed to?
You can't. You're screwed.
Well, that seems just pointless then.
Well, it doesn't brick the whole phone. It doesn't brick the whole phone. It's specific apps. So I could say, I still want the ability for a phone call. I still want the ability for text messages. Just block everything else. And you can tell it exactly what you want to block.
So what if somebody said to you, there's something really important on Facebook that you need to look at, and you go, I can't because my bricks told me I'm not allowed.
Yeah. And that's what I need. That's what I want. That's what I need. Okay. I can't be drawn into, when I want to concentrate and do something for myself, I can't be drawn into the social media thing. I want to shut it off. I want to be more intentional with the thing that I'm doing. And yeah, what's important? What's going to be important on Facebook that I need to look at?
Somebody died. You need to read about it.
Why do I
We've got 4 minutes to get to a nuclear bunker.
Yeah.
But
anyway, it's a thing that I'm hoping helps me be more intentional, because I really want to do things for myself, and I've got to stop getting distracted by things like that. So I need to jump on the courses. I need to be learning bits and bobs, and I need to get on top of it. I really do. And it's very difficult for me to find the time, with the distraction of that. It just needs to be something else. So there. So that was my purchase. Excellent. It's a purchase for me to become more intentional. But anyway, Crest Knight says nothing on Facebook could ever be that important, surely.
No, I wouldn't have thought so. It's the one social media platform that I could dump in a heartbeat, because it's rubbish. It's full of people talking crap.
Yeah, and I've got
people that can't spell. I find it so annoying, honestly.
And I've got that addiction to these social media sites. I've pretty much come off Twitter anyway now, and Threads I don't really use. But I still feel like I use it too much. When with the phones, I went through a period of checking my screen time, which I've drawn down a little bit. But then I check how many times I actually pick up my phone as well. And that's scary. It's scary the amount of times that you pick up your phone just for nothing really. When you're looking at 400 times a day or something silly like that, like some people have, it's like, why did I need to pick it up so much? But yeah, the brick should hopefully remove some of that.
Okay.
Ollie says, I'll teach you editing, Phil. You don't need a course for that. It's just a matter of when I can fit it in, really. The courses just seems more doable for me to escape at home and have an hour here and there without having to plan it in or anything. Just jump on what's it called? Anyway, I'm going to go into everyone else's pickups, because that's what we're here for, the physical media pickups.
Yes.
That wasn't really physical media, so apologies everyone for my ramblings, but yeah.
It was a physical thing that you purchased.
Mine's movie cupboard. Pickups this week: Apocalypse Now 4K and Firefox Heartbreak Ridge on Blu-ray. There we go. Good movies. Sorry,
was Apocalypse Now triggered off the back of Robert Duvall passing away, or were you going to buy it anyway, Martin?
We'll see. Adam says picks up The Wandering Earth Part 2, the prequel.
Oh, you watched that, didn't you? Enjoyed it?
I've not watched Part 2 yet. I've watched Part 1, but Part 2 is queued up and ready, and it feels like an epic undertaking because it's like 3 hours long or something like that. I know it's not that epic, but it's epic for me. Sorry, just reading through. Johnny Carrot said, I watched Sisu this week. Need to watch the new one. Okay, Morton's reviews. Okay, I did cut back on buying so much this week. The Ruin, Return to House on Haunted Hill, Dog Shadows, You Shoot, Mantrip, Stalled, Aqua Slash, The Commuter, Wild Thing, Sting. See if it all fits in one chat thing.
It all fits in. I mean, that's quite rare for Morton. That's still quite a few purchases, Morton. But
thank you very much to Kian. Sending support.
Yeah, can you confirm, Kian OG, that we are saying Kian OG correctly?
Yes.
Even if you have to spell it out and you rhyme it with other things, so we understand that we're saying your name correctly. It's only polite, seeing as you've done that for us.
Yes, thank you very much. Much appreciated for your support, and I hope it takes you to a good position on the leaderboards when we get there later. So,
yeah,
thank you very much for your support. Much appreciated. And there we go. Thank you, Kian.
Confetti and everything.
I've lost my track now. I've lost track. Where am I? Pickups. That's what I was doing. Movie off.
Yes.
I didn't pick up anything this week, but been watching a few good few. Batman Live Orchestra, The Rip, Pale Blue Eyes, City Slickers, Jeepers Creepers, Lawrence of Arabia, and just finished Tron Ares.
How was Batman 89 in front of the orchestra? I forgot you were going to see that. Tell us about that. The Rip, I thought, was terrible. The Pale Blue Eye was the Christian Bale thing, wasn't it? Jeepers Creepers, love Jeepers Creepers. I don't think Tron Ares was as bad as everybody was saying either, to be honest.
Yeah, I was going to say, one of my boys, sorry, it's on Disney Plus, was on there and they said, "Oh, Daddy, can we watch Tron Ars?"
Ars.
Mad Dog's with us. There we go. Late coming on this morning. Didn't get the alert that usually comes through a few hours before the stream starts, indicating the topic. So assumed there was no live stream this week. That's my fault. That's my fault. I was late setting it up. I'm sorry. But glad you're here.
It's all that matters.
Yes. Adam says, I use a Faraday bag for my phone. There we go. That's, yeah.
I was chatting to somebody the other day and they were saying about their morning routine, and they said about, and while the wife's having her breakfast, I go and get the keys and the phones out of the Faraday bag and what have you. I went, keys and phones out of the Faraday? Every single night, the phones and the keys go in a Faraday bag and then in the safe as well.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't worry me at night time and things like that. I just don't pick it up at night when I go to bed. My phone can rumble, and I don't check it. I don't care. I'm at home, but it's when I'm out doing stuff or when I want to be concentrating on other things. It's just an easy distraction.
Mine just goes on do not disturb, but it still allows phone calls through. And there's only people that, like family, that would ring me.
Yeah. See, it worked to an extent, but when you've got the option to turn it off, I'm the person that put it on do not disturb, and I'd still turn do not disturb off if I wanted to use it or whatever. If it's the brick gives that sort of level of no, you just really can't use it. But
Who's just said he's just gone out of there? No matter how much I say, I don't get points.
Who said that?
Is that I don't know. It's just about to disappear off the screen.
I'll have a look in a moment. It says this week was good for pickups. We've got Used Cars, Young Guns, No Way Out, St. Elmo's Fire, So I Married an Ex-Murderer. Is that 4K? I missed that. Uncle Buck, Upgrade, Howard's End, Hackers, Mouse Hunt.
Not 4K.
There we go. 4K as well, yeah. Paul 4K and Arrow's Special Edition have Fistful of Dollars 4K.
Nice.
That is a fair list. And So I Married an Ex-Murderer. I think I'm going to stick with the Blu-ray because I don't watch it often enough, but I think it's a great movie. And it was one of my favourite movies. And I got to work with Mike Myers and on a TV show, and it was an absolute treat because I loved So Married an Ex-Murderer so much. Yeah. And I'd heard some rough things about him, but he was a gent. He was a really nice, courteous guy.
And it's nice to see Howard's End and not Howard the Duck for a change.
Yes. Movie Wolf says, I've been avoiding social media this week, which is how I managed to watch so much this week. I'm really sick of being distracted by my phone. And that's it. It's for me, it's difficult to explain to people that haven't got the same sort of addiction, but it is a thing. Slot Professor says, I think the decade of 2030 will begin the technology changes of virtual machines. No computer will be needed soon. A screen with internet access will give you access to an online computer, etc. Mad Dog says, phones off in the cinema. Take the calls at the end of the movie.
Yeah, everybody should have their phones off. I've got a real thing now about sitting too far back in the cinema because I can see people's phone screens coming on and what have you. Yeah. And I just think if you're that bored by the film, get out, leave. Don't sit there annoying other people.
Woody says editing course. How about an edit YouTube? How about to edit YouTube videos? There are plenty of videos to learn how to do this on something called YouTube. There are indeed, and that's what I'm going to be. That's what I'm going to be using. That's what I'm going to be doing, and some of them potentially on Skillshare and things like that. I just want to sit and have the time to do it. That's my difficulty at the minute, is to have that specific time block. So it isn't a proper official course that's going to get me qualifications or anything, just a course to teach me bits and bobs.
Do what you need to do.
Yeah. Mad Dog says the chance of a real emergency occurring when you happen to be in the cinema is so small anyway. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. But I still have that thing to check my notifications. If I feel my phone, if I feel my watch buzz, I'm sort of checking it just to see, just to make sure it isn't there. And it is normally something like, oh, new offer at Toby Carvery, new offer at Costa Coffee, or any old nonsense. And as much as I try and turn notifications off on as many apps that I can think of, there's always something that seems to sneak through. It really is. Sorry, just going through some other pickups. Jeremy Carr picked up 2 CDs, 12-inch EP and a 12-inch LP. Let us know your music choices on this one, Jeremy Carr. Well, I'll say that. I've probably not heard of them anyway, but yeah. Woody says, Clark, no more rest in peace for movie actors in this channel. Last time I mentioned Robert Redford, as it turned out, he wasn't that loved. There was one I was going to mention the other week, but I didn't want to talk about it.
Okay, well, don't. Because I'm guessing you were going to say Van der Beek.
Yeah, I was going to talk about it, and it struck me in a weird way. James Van Beek's passing. We all know him as Dawson Leary from Dawson's Creek, really. And I mean, he did do some okay movies as well. Really liked him in Dawson's Creek. Really liked him in Varsity Blues as well. And his passing, it hit more than some of the bigger name actors that have been passing away all over the place recently as well. But yeah, his really hit. And I don't know if it's because I was sort of growing up at the same time as Dawson's Creek was on, and you're having the same sort of issues or same sort of problems, and you're sort of growing with the character on the screen as such, or if it was because he was literally the same age as me. But something about it hit me, and it just made me think of things that I don't know how to sort of vocalize. And it was things like, he's the same age as me, so we're collecting all this stuff and what we appreciate, how much does it really matter? Because it could have quite easily be, that mortality thing starts to come in your mind a lot more. And it was the death that sort of hit me, and wanting to speak about it and sort of vocalize how it made me feel about what we collect, what we add into our lives, and how important it actually is. I didn't know how to vocalize it. I didn't know how to explain my feelings or what I was thinking, but for some reason his death really sort of sparked that in me and sort of set me up in a weird way in my head about thinking of these things we collect and what they actually mean, and do they at the end of the day really matter, because life is so fragile like that. And it goes to show this guy's the same age as me and has suffered for years, and none of it matters. It was his family that he cared for, and watching the videos of him with his family, and I think about my family as well, and it just makes me think none of this matters anymore. None of it matters, because life is so precious, and what we collect and what we think we hold dear, is it the right thing to do? And that's why I don't want to speak about it.
So are you taking all of your collection to CEX tomorrow?
No. Not all of it. But, it's that sort of thing that sort of sparks you off, and it's not knowing how to talk about it, which is why when there's sort of deaths come up a lot, I find it very difficult to vocalize and very difficult to explain my feelings without, upsetting anyone, upsetting myself or whatever. It's just a difficult thing.
No, there's a lot of people mentioning Robert Duvall, but I feel like, the dude had a good innings and things like that. And then you've got somebody like Eric Dane, who just...
Yeah.
That was, I've just been rewatching a few episodes of Euphoria and what have you, and see him in there. He was fantastic. He was in a lot of season 1. He was in a hell of a lot of season 2. Just from his diagnosis to how quickly that took him is quite scary, to be honest.
No.
And, you know, again, it's what really matters in the world, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, he'd done some quite nice projects as well. He was in the X-Men movie. Was it First Class he was in? He's had a good running on Grey's Anatomy and things like that as well. It's sad.
Yeah, anyway. It is.
Lynn said, "Stop saying you're going to die, Phil."
Yeah.
Soz.
Crimes Tonight. Yeah, we've talked about Swedish death cleaning quite a bit, to be honest, regarding what actually matters and what gets left behind when you're gone. And
yeah,
your family just goes, right, I'll box all of this off then and take it to the charity shop. All these things that we hold so dear. No, you don't understand. This has got an audio commentary and it's in, you know, it's got DTS and stuff. And people just go, it's gone now. I'll take this to CEX. Off it goes.
Yeah. Adam says the things we collect is a coping mechanism against the realities of life. It gives us a sense of control. Yeah, I agree with that sense of control with collecting for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Sorry, my scroll's just disabled on my mouse. There we go, sorted. Slot Professor.
Has it noticed your brick and stopped working? Yeah.
Most people enter 20s with lots to set up and it keeps you busy. Enter 30s and your life is normally consumed by family. Enter 40s and it becomes a phase of realizing other things that matter than what you
thought originally.
You 50s originally. Then 50s, Phil's parents pass on and you enter a strange phase of changing your mind about the world. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. What were you saying about you were going to do a dark subject this week? And then we've ended up going very dark anyway.
Yeah. What have you been watching, man?
I've watched 3 films this week.
Oh.
I went to the cinema to see Crime 101, which I wasn't really sure about, and I was going to wait until streaming, and then I saw some of the reviews, and they were praising it and stuff. It wants to be heat, and it isn't, but it's a damn good watch. The more it goes on, the better and better it gets.
Yeah. And,
you know, you were saying earlier about these movies that abide by the Netflix algorithm and all that kind of stuff. Again, you know, I criticised The Rip earlier, and I think something like Crime 101 should be at the cinema, and something like The Rip should just be shoved on Netflix. It was decent. I'm not normally a Hemsworth fan. I'm not a Ruffalo fan. Thought they were both great in it. Thoroughly enjoyable film, very watchable. I would definitely watch it again.
Yeah.
That was the first one. And then we watched... What did we watch then? Oh, The Passenger with Kyle Gallner.
Yeah.
Because we both like him. I think he's solid in whatever he's in. And watch that. That was all right. It was, you know, very indie mentality about things and what have you, but he was very good in it and carried it throughout. The guy that was in it with him, whose name completely escapes me, he was good as well. That was an okay watch. And then I have rewatched Marty Supreme.
Oh, nice.
And that was Lynn's first viewing of it, and I just thoroughly loved it again.
Lynn enjoyed it as well.
She did, yeah. I just think it's so well written, so well performed. I think Timothée Chalamet is amazing in it. It fascinates me that Safdie sat down and started writing that about a guy that wants to be a table tennis champion.
Yeah.
And that world that has been created around him and stuff, and the stories that interject throughout, and that manic kind of edge that reminded me of Uncut Gems that we've spoke about before and stuff like that. I just think it's such a solid film. I think it's great. And it won't be the last time I watch it.
Yeah.
2 will not be enough. I will definitely watch it again. I thought it was great. So they're my 3 films. Other than that, it's been a lot of TV stuff, including Traitors Island, which is as in the Irish traitors.
Right.
Thoroughly enjoying it, because with the BBC, they're very much, you can't really swear because we want it to be a family thing.
Yeah.
And the Irish one are just effing and blinding here, there, and everywhere.
Nice.
It's great. It's thoroughly entertaining. So I've got 2 left of that, which premiere tomorrow night. And they're the final 2 episodes. So I'm looking forward to them. So, yeah. What have you been watching, Philip?
I watched Send Help. Because I couldn't go the week before because my car broke down.
Yeah.
Which meant I had to miss Crime 101, which is a shame. But Send Help, I thought it was fair. It was fair to middling.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I thought you'd enjoy it more than you did.
Yeah, I was hoping so. It's had some nice Sam Raimi moments, but it really, for me, it really lulled in the middle. It really lulled. And I checked my phone. I checked my watch a couple of times just to see what time it was, because
you should have took your brick with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I couldn't switch the phone off. I can still check the time.
Might not.
No, but
everything.
Yeah, I wasn't as engaged with it as I was hoping I'd be, because I think it did lull in. It started off great. I was really enjoying it, and there was times through the middle. There was a few decent scenes that I was imagining Sam Raimi being at the side, throwing gore at the actor and things like that, and having a whale of the time with it. And some moments were enjoyable for it, but for me, it was just a bit lacking in that.
You see, for me, it didn't start strong, but got better and better. I agree it lulled ever so slightly in the middle, but I felt like Dylan O'Brien and Rachel McAdams' performances were enough to carry it through.
They were good, but I don't think it particularly carried it. I think it slowed it right down. I don't think they were treading water for far too long.
It's okay. It's all right to be wrong, Phil. It's fine. It's okay. It's all right. It's okay to be wrong.
And then last night, I was going to watch Begonia, but then you shamed me. You absolutely shamed me, and I thought, no, I was considering watching Begonia, and you shamed me.
But Begonia is not something you own. You were having to purchase it.
I was considering it, but as soon as you just shot me down in flames, I thought, you know what?
Pointed out to you about the million other films that you've still not watched that you actually own.
Doesn't matter. I was considering it.
It does matter. It matters.
I said to you, there's a temptation to rent Begonia for the evening. You said, as opposed to the unwatched piles that you already have. All right, Mr. Superior.
I don't think I wobbled my head while I was typing it, to be honest.
And then you came back with, big Yorgos fan, watched and enjoyed his other stuff. You being a gatekeeper, Glenn. Absolutely.
Not being a gatekeeper. Not being a gatekeeper.
And you pulled me down. You pulled me right down and thought, you know what? I'm not even considering anything else now. You pulled me down that much. So I thought,
I know your taste is beyond shaky at the minute. It was too high risk.
I'm just going to watch something that I know I enjoyed. So I went back and ended up watching Tokyo Vice. Because you didn't come back with any other options. And I thought, you know what? You didn't want to even discuss it. You just wanted to drag down what's tempting me, what I want to go for. And
I didn't want to sit here tonight and you go, I watched Begonia last night. God, it was rubbish. I hated it. Emma Stone wasn't very good. I don't like your and just
you just completely put me off considering any other movie.
You just don't like quality anymore. You're quite happy watching crap like The Rip or Shrinking, and you're all right with that. That's your avenue, and that's your lane, and that's fine. Stick to that lane. That's okay.
If you want to be a
gatekeeper, watch the good stuff. You watch that kind of.
If you want to be a gatekeeper, Glenn, you be a gatekeeper. But you completely put me off considering any movie. You just drag me down that much.
It's my gate and my garden, and I will prune it how I like.
But no, I carried on with Tokyo Vice, and I thoroughly enjoyed it again. And I'm looking forward to getting it finished. That's not quite right. I'm looking forward to watching the end of it and enjoying the rest of it now, because I've got 2 episodes left. I went through 2 episodes last night.
So no films this week. Okay then.
Send Help.
I meant at home.
No. And this was where I've not got time for it tonight. But this was one of the discussions I sort of wanted to go in, because I've watched one film this week. And it's something that No, I don't want to discuss it this week. No, I'm not going to go into it this week.
Okay.
I'm going to see what everyone else has been watching. Anyway, Jeremy's CDs were Misfits. One CD is technically a boot of their rehearsal from the first 3 shows, live recorded from the first drummer, was released after his death by his daughter. The EP was a replacement for one I lost. There we go.
Yeah, somebody we had heard of, as it happens.
Yes.
I was just laughing at Adam's comment. Ernie and Bert having a row. Bert. Ernie.
Anyway, see what everyone else is watching. I can find it. Morton's reviews. I worked late this week. Last week, so couldn't watch much. I watched Christmas Horror Story, The Descent 1 and 2, Night of the Living Dead, Aqua Slash. What is Aqua Slash? Because that sounds absolutely terrible.
It sounds like some, adult water sport type video. Is that what you're doing? Yeah.
Clock of Many, watched Lone Star, Blowout, The Conversation, The Social Network, Airplane, and more Andor. I haven't watched the second season of that yet.
I can't speak on Andor, but the rest are very good.
Yeah, Tom Gurr, I watched No Other Choice, quirky but very good, and Predator Badlands, not quirky and just terrible. Yeah.
No Other Choice for us went on a little bit, didn't it? That could have been 20, 25 minutes shorter, to be honest.
Yeah, I think so. Adam watched season 3 of The Diplomat and finished Day of the Jackal series. There we go. Cinema Sun watched Marty Supreme also. John the Movie Man went with Creed 2, Triassic World, The Conspirator, Drowning Echo, Father's Day, Busybodies, Battling Butler, Legend, Good Fortune, Thief, and The Living and the Dead miniseries.
Busy week. Well, not a busy week, allowing you to watch all of that.
Mad Dog went with Mickey 8.5. Watched about half of Mickey 17. Not really into it.
I thought it was awful. Did not like that at all.
Yeah, I didn't think it was great, but I still pulled bits of enjoyment from it. Darren G says Dinner in America with Kyle Gallner. Love it. Lynn in the other room says love Marty, chaotic but riveting.
Yeah.
Martin's movie cupboard watched Apocalypse Now, and at the end of the scale watched Mallrats. Which cut? Martin's review says I need to watch Tremors 4 this week. Have to get the new box set watched. Sadly, the TV show in the box is a really bad rip. Boo indeed. Jeremy, since I didn't have any film pickups this week, I rewatched Horror Hotel, Hideous Sun Demon, House on Haunted Hill, Friend Without a Face, and The Wasp Woman, Plan 9 from Outer Space in colour.
Continue.
1 million BC, Brain Eaters, Deathstalker 2, Deathstalker 2025.
Wow.
There we go. What else have people been watching? Sorry. Slop Professor says it feels like a domestic. Sorry.
Darren G. What about Darren G? My wife wanted to watch some Denzel Washington films, so we watched Equalizer 1 and 2, Crimson Tide, and Training Day. Good.
Jeremy says, Phil and Glenn, did you watch Electric Dragon 80,000 V yet?
No.
Were we meant to watch that?
I don't know. Were we? That was my hesitation. I was thinking, was that homework? I can't remember.
I don't know. I've not watched it anyway.
No, Jeremy is the answer.
OG watched Le Samurai and Thief over the last 2 nights.
A few people watching Thief.
Morton's review says Night of the Living Dead, not dead. I thought that's right, but obviously getting too fast. And my accent as well. Darren G. Okay, more.
Yeah.
Skip. Jeremy says this stream is more riveting, Glenn. It is. I think it is as well. Mr. Smelly Potato says, I've watched Pineapple Express and The Man Who Killed Hitler and Then Bigfoot. Is that any good? That's one that's kind of skirted around potentially watching before when it popped onto Netflix. But
did that have Sam, what's his face in it?
Sam Elliott.
Yeah, that was in Roadhouse.
Yeah.
Good.
As
you can tell from me saying that, no, I've still not watched it.
No. I think we're about through all the comments and everything. So has anyone else got any burning questions they want to ask before we log off and I check the
before we check the leaderboard?
Yeah. Still lots of watchers.
So I was mentioning the new Game of Thrones show, The Hedge Knight. What?
It's the the new Game of Thrones show with Duncan Egg, Knight of the Seven Kingdoms. It's the Hedge Knight.
Is his character the Hedge Knight?
Yes, Pete Claffey. Yeah, here's in that. Not mentioned it because I've not watched it yet. It's on Sky Television in the UK, and I'm refusing to subscribe to Sky or any of its companies because they're a complete rip-off. But HBO Max is actually coming to the UK in March, so that should give me access when that starts, if I so choose to subscribe to them, which I'm not sure if I will do straight away.
It was it last week or the week before where Mad Dog had said about in the UK, did we have these package deals where you got streaming services all under one deal and what have you? And randomly that week they then announced that they're going to start doing package deals, which covered HBO Max, Netflix. Was it Disney or Paramount with it and stuff?
It was Sky, it was HBO Max, Disney, and Netflix.
Wasn't there another one? I'd not heard of the other streaming service.
There might have been some load of.
There was something else, but I can't remember what that was. But yeah, it was really random timing.
Yeah. Hopefully,
it was really weird. They then announced it this week, Mad Dog, for some reason.
I'm glad HBO Max is coming on because we want to pick up watching season 2 of The Pit as well. I had to get a bootleg of the first season because it's still not been shown in the UK, but as a hospital drama, really strong, really, really good. And season 2 is on, and I want to jump on that as soon as possible. So it's either that or I'm going to get a bootleg for it. Mad Dog says, so what we're watching at the cinema this week?
I'm watching two things. I'm watching Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die. That'll be tomorrow afternoon. And then You and I, Thursday night, Scream 7. It's got to be done. It's got to be done opening night as well, because otherwise you're just going to have spoilers absolutely everywhere.
Yeah.
And I can't be doing with it.
Yes, Scream 7. I would, if I had the time, I would also be going to see Cold Storage and Good Luck, Don't Die. Have fun.
Have fun, don't die. Yeah. Oh, I'm also seeing myself and Lynn are going next Sunday to see Epic, the Elvis Presley concert.
Oh, yes.
As well. We booked for that.
Yeah. The times for my local cinema for Cold Storage and Good Luck, Don't Die just make it awkward. I can't really get to it. I can only do Scream 7. If the timings were better, then I would possibly pull in another one, but it's just impossible. Matt Dog says, Good Luck and Have Fun, Don't Die has been palmed off to streaming in Australia. No cinema release.
Oh, wow.
Dear, oh dear. Okay, Adam says, Project Hail Mary can't arrive soon enough. I'm in agreement. Have we... Sorry, I missed another one. Jeremy says, I have a stream topic suggestion. Theatre type of viewing films, like Chiller Theatre, when it in between breaks on TV, someone tells facts about the actors or filming, thoughts, recommendations, etc. What?
Theatre type viewing films.
Theatre type viewing films.
And in between breaks.
I think.
Oh, okay. So, like, as in, like, when Elvira would put a film on or whatever, and then they'd cut in. Well, they still do it on Joe Bob, don't they, as well?
Yeah.
Where they pause the film and then they talk about it for a bit.
My problem is that we can't show the film. That's the difficulty we have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We do keep threatening another watch along, don't we, at some point? But can't decide on the film.
Morton's review says, never heard of Project Hail Mary. What? I thought I'd mentioned it a few times, Morton. Sure, I've mentioned it before. Well, it's a great book, and it's looking to be a solid movie, hopefully, which is being released in March. And it's directed by Phil Lord and Chris Miller. that did the Spider-Verse movie and other stuff and got boosted from Solo, the Star Wars movie and things like that. But yeah, the great guys, and I'm interested to see what they make of it because it was a great book. Movie Wolf says, I'm liking the look of Lee Cronin's The Mummy.
Yeah, I don't mind the look of it. It reminded me of Invisible Man and Wolfman that we've obviously had recently. I think it's in the same vein as that. I will definitely give it a look.
Yeah, I'm not sure about giving it a look after all the hideous word of mouth it got, but I'll reserve judgment. I'll check it out at some point.
Yeah.
Martin says, oh, it's a book. That's why I didn't know it. I don't do no reading. No, I don't.
Words. Overrated words.
Give me a movie dub. It's fine. Anyway, I'm going to call it here, Glenn. I'm going to wrap us up and
do that leaderboard.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. I didn't forget. Honest.
Okay, right. Governor. Yeah.
Before we knock off, then. Before we knock off, leaderboard number 10. We've got. Are you ready? Martin's movie cupboard at number 10.
Hey.
Number 9, we've got Slot Professor. Number 8, we've got Anthony Lipiello.
Nice.
Number 7, we've got Adam from NYC. Number 6, we've got Woody. Number 5, we've got Movie Wolf. Number 4, we've got Morton's Reviews.
Well done, Morton.
Number 3, we've got Jeremy.
Down at 3.
Number 2, we've got Kian.
Hey.
There's a super chat, and again, thank you very much for that. Which means taking on one spot and running with it, we've got Clarky of Many. Again, from another super chat. So thank you very much. It's much appreciated with those super chats. Well done for being number 1 on the leaderboard. Mad Dog says he's about number 30 this week.
Oh my word, Mad Dog.
Yeah.
You know why? It's probably the distance. That's what it is. That's what it is. Yeah, we'll just go with that.
Late because he's in Australia. No, this should be air.
Yeah, it's because because he's in the future, isn't he?
Anyway, no more excuses.
No.
Thank you all for watching. Hope you've enjoyed. Until next time, we will see you soon.
Bye.